I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine waking up on a Monday morning without that familiar feeling in your stomach. You know the one. The mental checklist starts before you've even got out of bed. The who do I need to reply to? What content do I need to create? Have I posted for today already? Did I send that proposal? I still need to invoice that client. I mustn't forget to follow up with. Before your feet have even touched the floor, your brain is already at work, probably high speed. And for so many women, that has become completely normal. But I don't think it should be that way. You see, somewhere along the line, we've accepted that running a business is supposed to feel mentally exhausting. We've normalized constantly thinking about work. We've normalized never quite switching off. We've normalized feeling guilty whenever we take an afternoon away from our laptops. And there's something really incredibly sad in that. It's not because business is inherently difficult, but business has always required effort. It's because we've started measuring success by how much we can actually tolerate. And I don't want to do that anymore. That's not for me. And if I'm honest, I don't think I ever wanted that kind of business. See, I started my business because I wanted more freedom, more flexibility, and more choice. I wanted work to fit around my life, not my life to fit around my work. Now, somewhere along the journey, I've realized that freedom isn't created by earning more. Freedom is created by needing less of yourself to keep the business moving. And that was a huge shift for me. Because for years, I think, I believed that the answer was simply to work harder, create more, post more, network more, say yes more often. And the irony is that every time I did any of that, the business became more dependent on me. And that dependency created pressure. Now, if your business only works because you're there, you never truly relax. If every client relationship depends on you remembering every detail, your brain never gets a day off. If every lead depends on you manually searching for the next opportunity, your visibility becomes fragile. The business might be growing, but your capacity is shrinking. That's the trade off that nobody is currently talking about. And this week has really brought that home to me. I've spent hours out here, outside, building fences, preparing new spaces for my chickens and ducks, working with my horses, listening to music, sharing food with friends, laughing, probably getting dirty, being completely present. But you know what I wasn't doing? I wasn't worrying about my business at all because my business wasn't waiting for me to come back. It was just quietly getting on and doing its own job. Not perfectly, not magically, but consistently. And I realized this isn't just a lucky week for me. This was because it wasn't because life had suddenly become less busy. It happened because I'd spent time building systems that carry some of the weight instead of expecting me to carry it all forever. And that was the difference. I think we often think of systems as being cold or corporate, maybe complicated, but good systems aren't any of those things. Good systems are supportive, invisible. They're like the quiet friend who remembers something so you don't have to. They're the process that means you don't have to reinvent the wheel every Monday morning. They're the reason your business still moves even when your attention is somewhere else. And that's why I get so excited about AI. Not because I think AI is clever, and not because I think everything should be automated, but because I think women have been carrying too much for too long. If technology can remove some of that invisible operational load, well, why wouldn't we use it? The important thing is how we use it. I've said it before, but for me, AI should never and will never replace relationships. It should protect them. It should never replace your voice. It should give you more time to use your voice. It should never replace thoughtful conversations, but it should create more space for thoughtful conversations to occur. And that's the philosophy behind everything I build, including Connection Scout. Now, when people first hear the name, they sometimes assume it's another lead gen tool, but it isn't. It's a relationship support system. You see, I don't think most women struggle with talking to people. They struggle with holding hundreds of relationships in their heads while simultaneously running a business and trying to live their life. And that's a very different problem. Connection Scout quietly finds people who genuinely fit your business and your niche. It helps organize those relationships and keeps tracks of your conversation. It gives structure to something otherwise relies on memory. And that's where relief comes from. Not because AI is suddenly talking to people for you, but because your brain doesn't have to carry every single detail on its own anymore. And that is what good AI should do. It should make you feel lighter, not busier. One of the questions I ask myself now is incredibly simple. Does this make my business lighter or heavier? It's become one of my favorite decision-making tools recently. If it's a new opportunity, does it make my business lighter or heavier? A new piece of software? Does it reduce pressure or add another thing for me to manage? A new service? Will it genuinely help people while still protecting my capacity? These questions have really changed the way I'm building my business because success no longer means saying yes to everything for me. Success means creating enough support that I can say yes to the things that matter most. And for me, this week, those things were incredibly ordinary. Friends, music, manual labour, building something with my hands, watching my horses, planning my new duck pond, standing back at the end of the day, physically exhausted, and looking at what we'd created together. There wasn't any glamour in it, but there was something incredibly valuable. I was present. I wasn't half working. I wasn't mentally somewhere else. I wasn't thinking about tomorrow's to-do list. I was exactly where I wanted to be. And I think that's what so many business owners are really searching for. Not a passive income fantasy, not working from a beach with a laptop, just the ability to be fully present in the life they've worked so hard to build. And if your business can't give you that, then perhaps it isn't your ambition that needs changing. Perhaps it's the way the business has been designed, because businesses don't accidentally become lighter. They're designed that way. Support doesn't accidentally appear, it's intentionally built. Capacity isn't something you find, it's something you protect. And that is really what AI Alchemy is all about. Helping women build businesses that feel calmer, helping them use thoughtful AI to remove invisible pressure, systems that support them instead of depending on them. Because I genuinely believe your business should make your life bigger, not smaller. So if I could leave you with one more question for today, it would be this. What would you do with your time if your business stopped asking much of you? Not one day, not when you retire, not when you hit a certain income level. This year, this month, this week. What would you choose? Because your answer to that question is the reason your business exists. Not the turnover, followers, awards. It's about life. That's what you're building, and I think it's worth protecting. Now, if you would like to see how Connection Scout helps take the mental load out of building genuine business relationships, you'll find some details in the information below this video, or you can simply drop me a message and I'd love to get some information over to you. Until the next time, though, remember this. Your business was never supposed to become your whole life. It was supposed to give you one.